Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. Today I'm going to be going through my top 5 favorite fixed blades that I own. And I'm not saying these are the best knives ever. These just happen to be my favorite fixed blade knives that I own currently. And I will go through and explain the reasons as we go. Or I won't, because, you know, I just ramble on and on and on. This was a hard choice to make because I have recently purchased a couple knives that they should be, I mean, honestly, if I owned them longer, they'd probably be on that top 5 list, but I haven't had them long enough to give them a fair shake. I like them now, but I've had a lot of knives in the past that I've liked now, and they ended up just being the flavor of the month. So in honor of that, though, I'm going to do 2 runners up. These are the ones that were there, but they didn't quite make it. The first one that it could be in the list, but isn't because I haven't owned it long enough, but is also just an extremely badass knife, is the Sword Von Tempsky Bowie. This thing is a freaking beast. I love it. I bring it with me everywhere I go, mainly in the vehicle, because I mean, I want to walk around with a blade like this. I mean, and not get looked at, you know. It'd be cool if everybody did, but nobody does, so you get looks. But yeah, Sword Von Tempsky, badass knife. You know, maybe in a couple years of owning it, it will make it up into the top 10 or top 5. It's definitely in the top 10, but we're not doing top 10, we're doing top 5. So that's a runner-up that didn't make it. This is probably gonna shock some people, but my Tops Longhorn Bowie. So far, this thing has done nothing but impress me and just be badass, but I haven't owned it long enough. I haven't put enough use on it to definitively say, yes, this is the knife, you know? Am I really digging it right now? Absolutely. Carry it everywhere I go. But it hasn't had the test of time. Is it gonna chip? Is it gonna, who knows, you know? I'm only picking knives that I have actual real world experience with and have had in my collection for a while. But neither here nor there. First up, number 5. Number 5 on my top 5 list is the Ontario SP6. This knife has been around for a long freaking time. It's a proven design. It's comfortable, 8-inch blade. This version's in 1075 high carbon steel. It came stupid dull out of the box, but I fixed that. Had to make my own sheath, but once you get a new sheath, whether you make one, buy one, whatever, it turns this knife into something badass. It is an excellent knife. There is videos of people breaking them. I honestly have to say that's a fluke. It is a very strong knife. Sorry, allergies today. So that's number 5. Number 5 on my top 5 of knives that I own. Number 4. It's funny because these are both Ontario products. Number 4 is my Ontario, what did I say, SP6? This is the SP5. Throws me off because it's got a freaking almost 10-inch blade on it. This one has, I hard used the crap out of this thing before I even started doing YouTube and whatnot. And when it still had the original black handle on it, and then I modified it. I dropped the clip down on it, new handle. Look at that. I did that handle myself and the guard myself. Not bad. Not bad for a redneck in a shed. Aluminum pin, but this knife was awesome before, and now it's just even more awesome because I put my own touches on it. So that's number 5. That's number 4. Let's go number 3. Number 3 is a cold steel product. A lot of people hate on cold steel, and a lot of people love cold steel. I happen to be in the middle, where I think that some of their knives are hokey, and some of the knives are just badass. This happens to be one that has been around since the 80s, and is just badass. Is the Ontario. It is the Cold Steel Trailmaster. Sorry, I'm messing with my sheaths over here trying to keep them from falling. Number 3 in my top 5 list of just badass knives is the Cold Steel Trailmaster. This one is the SK5 high carbon version. I have an 01 version also, 01 tool steel. The 01 I was using and I loosened up the handle guard, but I've had these off and completely redid it just like I did this. You're not breaking this tang easily. If you've seen one or heard one that break, that is the exception and not the rule. This thing is almost 1/3 of an inch thick and it's a chunker. Just a fun, awesome knife. I love Cold Steel Trailmasters. So much that I got to. And number 2. This was a tough one, but the more I use it, the more I love it. Not my favorite looking knife by far, but definitely one of my best choppers. It happens to be an SE Junglist. This thing has just been a freaking workhorse. It chops everything. I have done some modifications, put a sharpening choil in, and that's it. It's all it needed. And yeah, this thing is just, you can see the use I've used it. I've used it a lot, chopping big stuff. Great freaking knife. So that is number 5, 4, 3, 2. And now to number 1. Number 1 on my list of my all-time favorite knives is gonna shock you guys. The Buck 119. Haha! Just kidding. Goes in the garbage pile. It is the Benchmade 119 Arvenzas. This thing is just my favorite freaking knife ever. I love this so much. I wish I would have bought 2 when they were available. I wish I would have bought 3. 154 cm, nice big thick stock on there. Nothing to break. All one solid piece. Even if the handles fell off this, you could wrap it with cord and still go. This is just an excellent knife. It chops good, it slices good, it's strong. It's got a nice beefy tip on there. I love this knife. I've bought it, when they first came out, I have just adored it. Lately anymore, I don't use it as much because I do worry about breaking it or losing it or hurting it in some way. Not that it's a weak knife, but they're very expensive to replace because they don't make them no more. But there you go. I kind of thought it was weird that one of my more favorite knives was probably a smaller one, but anyways, that's my top 5 favorite fixed blades as of now in 2023. To be determined. Life always changes, but there you go. Thanks for watching.